Hey there, team, and welcome to Canadian Cannabis. For today, we're going to be checking out another grinder to try and help you guys figure out what grinder is the best for you. And if you're a medical marijuana patient or you just want to have the cleanest flower possible, you might want to check out this Genesis grinder by the awesome people at MMJ Grind. So, let's do it together right now. As we can see, we have this beautiful 3-inch grinder. It's got this nice wooden kind of look to it. Very, very nice look. And first thing I noticed that's a little different is going to be this plastic on the outside. So let's talk about that first. As you could see, both sides are going to have these little plastic parts that have these little indents. So that's going to make it super easy to not only get grip, but it gives you somewhere to put your fingers so that you could turn it super easily. This grinder is made so that if you have hand problems, wrist problems, finger problems, anything like that, you will still be able to use it because you have great grip on the outside. So absolutely love that. So we talked about the beautiful, nice wooden kind of look to it. We talked about this beautiful little grip. Now let's keep on going. As we could see, it's going to be a 2-piece grinder that we have here. So let's open this bad boy up and see exactly what the pieces have to offer. So just gonna open it up here. We got a little click when we open it up, so that's cool. As you could hear, when we open it and close it, it's got a nice little click that keeps everything safe, so I do love that. Let's open this bad boy up, and there we have our grinder. As you could see, this guy is going to be made out of aluminum metal, but the aluminum has gone through a hard anodized process to harden it and make it just as hard as iron steel. So you never have to worry about any little particles going into your cannabis. Absolutely awesome. And not only that, if you look very closely right here, you can see this little black O-ring. This is called the friction reduction ring, and it's made out of POM, which is a medicinal grade plastic that reduces the friction of the grinder by buffering the two main parts. And again, because that's medicinal, you don't have to worry about it breaking down and getting into your cannabis. I absolutely love that idea. There's so many grinders out there right now that it's really hard to pick the right one for you. So I love that this one uses top quality ingredients, medical quality ingredients, so that to make sure you're never going to be smoking your grinder. Because why would you want to smoke your grinder? That is craziness. So we've talked about the look a little bit. We've talked about the awesome what it's made out of. Everything's medicinal. Now let's talk about these teeth. I mean, the first thing I see on the teeth, you could see it's going to be the nice little S shape that we've definitely seen before, but there's something just a little bit different about this grinder. If you look on a little angle here, you could see that all the teeth are going to be different heights. We have smaller, medium, and tall teeth, making it so that you have a gradual grind, so that you're not ripping and tearing and destroying your cannabis. Because you have different heighted teeth, they actually will grind at a different rate. Just awesome. So what I'm going to do is right here, as you saw, and as I just said, we have these teeth that are just a little bit lower. And the reason for that is that's where you're going to put your cannabis. So you don't just have to squish and destroy your cannabis throwing it into your grinder. It actually has a place where it fits right there. Just awesome. So as you could see, you could fit about half a gram to a gram into this grinder, which is just perfect for a personal joint. So is there anything else that I wanted to mention? We talked about this beautiful O-ring that's going to make sure you're not degrading your grinder, you're not destroying your grinder, and it's going to keep a nice smooth grind. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's it. Let's bust up some flour and see how this bad boy grinds. So I put the cannabis in here. I'm gonna leave my stem. Usually I would take the stem out, take all that out, because no one wants to smoke stem. But I want to see how this bad boy grinds. So we're gonna keep the stem. We're gonna keep everything in here. I'm just gonna take the top, put it on top till I hear the little click. Where's my click? Oh, there we are. So now I've heard my click, and I'm just going to start turning. Now, usually a lot of people just go full force and start turning, but with this one, because the teeth are gradually going to get bigger, you just turn a little bit, slowly. Jesus. I really thought there would be more effort than this, but there's absolutely no effort. As you could see, I could just use these two fingers here, and still just a beautiful, easy slide, putting no effort whatsoever. I really hope when we open it up, this is going to be ground properly, because, I mean, I'm barely having to work at all to turn this bad boy. Not only because I have a huge, easy place to put my fingers, but also because of that little black, what did they call it? Friction reduction ring. That's making it so that there's no friction at all. You can see just using my fingers here. So that should be more than enough. We've gone back and forth a few times. Let's dump our flour out here and see how it ground. So just going to dump it out here. As you can see, nothing left in the grinder, ground perfectly. There's no big chunks anywhere. And this flour is perfectly ground. As you saw before, I put the stems in here, I put everything in here, and I cannot see them in the slightest. It completely ground the stem absolutely perfectly, but didn't destroy my cannabis. My cannabis still has beautiful structure to it. It didn't just turn it into a complete powder, and there's not tons of cannabis just stuck to my grinder. It's actually working. I love it. And so smooth to turn. I knew it was smooth when I didn't have any flour in it. So like, that's to be expected. But I swear there was almost no difference to when I have no flour to when I actually put flour. Between the different size heads that they have that make a gradual kind of grind, and between the O-ring that they put, making it super smooth to turn, the giant grip that they give you, it goes so easily. All you have to do is quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, and you are pretty much done. Just a beautiful grinder. I absolutely love it. And one of my favorite parts about this grinder is they actually have an affordable version, because I know there's a lot of beginner smokers out there that just don't want to spend $100 plus on a grinder. And with these bad boys, you don't have to. This guy's going to be just 60 bucks, and they even have a cheaper version for just $10. Now, usually I would say stay away from any grinder that costs $10. It is definitely going to fall apart on you, but these guys did it properly. Even the $10 grinder is still made with all medical parts. So you know you're going to get a quality cannabis at the end of it. I absolutely love it. Now, I'm really hoping they're going to make a 4-piece grinder, because you know I love to collect my keef. But for now, this 2-piece Genesis by the good people at MMJ Grind is just awesome. Beautiful look to it, but more importantly, it actually works awesome. So that's been this week's episode of Canadian Cannabis, trying to help you guys pick the right grinder for you. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope to see you next time. And as always, peace and love. Cheers.